Hey everybody, it's Brittany Hopkins with Maybom Real Estate, and I'm here with Sharon Simons with South State Bank. She is one of our preferred lenders here in Whispering Pines, and she's also a preferred lender, I don't know, everywhere. So I had begged her to come on this YouTube channel and answer a few questions that so many of you as buyers have for me, and I am not a financing expert, I'm a real estate expert. This is the one you want to speak to in terms of financing. And I always get so much pushback. I ask qualifying questions before I actually show property. Nobody goes in my car unless they're qualified. And so one of the questions I always ask is, are you qualified and with whom? And I have a lot of folks that say, I don't know, they don't want their credit run, or they went online and they got qualified online on a mortgage app and they're qualified for X amount, so they want to see all these homes for that price. So I guess my first question is it ever too early in a home buying process to get qualified?
Well, that's a great question, and the answer is no. It is never too early. There are a lot of things that getting pre-qualified will allow you to move through the purchasing process with a lot more ease. All pre-qualifications are not the same. There are different caveats that go along with pre-qualifying that can better assure you that you are at the price point that you need to be at, and to get a lot of the paperwork and things out of the way to begin with. A lot of lenders will just run your credit and say, well, based on this credit score, you're pre-qualified for this amount. But there are so many other things that actually go into it, like your debt to income ratio. By us looking at your finances at this point, getting income documents from you, I am able to better pinpoint exactly what you are qualified for. So then when you get out and you're looking with your realtor, hopefully Brittany Hopkins with Maybom, that you will have that assurance and that confidence to make that offer on that home that you're looking at.
There's so many of my builders in this neighborhood. I'm sure there's a number of builders around Augusta. I can only speak to my specific neighborhood, and also to sellers when we're dealing with resale properties that really only want pre-qualified, fully qualified buyers to look at their homes. And I know that so many of our builders here in Whispering Pines actually don't do contingencies. They do contingencies on closings of homes, but not on sales of homes. So one big reason for you guys that are coming in, whether you're out of state or out of the country, and you guys want to feel out the air before you buy, my first thing is to call Sharon and get qualified, get that pre-qualification check box done, because then I can talk to my builder about if you want to buy or you want to build, that you are 100% ready to go, because there's so many different versions of qualified. And I know that I have dealt with a number of lenders, locally and not locally, that say, yep, they're good to go for this number, and then we have so many issues when we get to the closing table. But what you do specifically with South State is you check all those up front. So it's a little bit more intense on the process up front, but it's what that buyer is going to have to do later on in the process, regardless of who they go through. Is that correct?
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
And by pre-qualifying early, if you're not at that point, say right now, that you can buy, maybe you have a house to sell somewhere else, you're moving into our area, we can set up a plan to get you where you want to be to hit your target time period. And a lot of people don't realize that, especially our VA borrowers, that you may already have a home somewhere else that you used your VA loan for. There is what's called VA bonus entitlement that a lot of borrowers can use. You may be able to actually purchase this home before you sell your other home. So by looking at and getting a little more in depth on the front end process, that we have weeded through those things and come up with every possibility available to you for that purchase that you're looking for.
She is critical in my real estate business. She's critical for sellers and home builders. She actually was a realtor for over a decade, and she's been in the mortgage business for over a decade. She's an expert in what she does. She's phenomenal at VA loans, conventional loans, USDA loans, you name it. She's a great investor. She's your girl. So I know that I trust her, and I know she's a preferred lender for a reason, and that is very important. Some of you guys that want to build here in Whispering Pines, you want incentives, and our builders are giving incentives when you use a preferred lender like Sharon Simons. And again, for all you VA folks, all you cyber folks that are coming in, I can't stress enough, please give her a call prior to looking at any home. She is your first stop, and I'm able to help really hone down what they want to buy. Is it realistic? Is it available in Augusta? I can really get to the nitty gritty if I have all the information from you up front, and then the whole entire process is smooth, and we don't have to have all those major bumps in the road. It just is handled up front, and we're coasting from there.
And by doing this, like I said again, by getting pre-qualified early, you know so many more things than you do in a regular pre-qualification. And I want to be your source of mortgage information. Even if I don't do your loan, I would like to be the expert for your mortgage questions, just like Brittany is the expert for your real estate questions. So please feel free to call me at any time if you just want to start the conversation about mortgage lending and about what you need to do. You can call me at any time at 706-825-9477.
That's our number. I know it by heart. Learn it. Use it. I have one last question. I know you're going to kill me, but since I have you here, I want to ask this question. So many folks come and they shop lenders, which I think is a good thing to do to a certain extent. I think a limited number of shopping is good. Maybe they're qualified with, say, USAA, which is awesome, but a builder here wants to go with a local lender that's preferred, and they want to shop rates. I hear a number of my clients and customers that come back and say, well, we got a better rate with this company, or they did X, Y, Z, and so it's a better situation. What does that mean?
Well, in mortgage lending, rate does drive, your decision making at the end of the day. Our rates are very competitive at South State Bank, and we're very proud of that. A lot of lenders and brokers in our market today, especially in the Augusta area, are offering you rates with lender credits in those.
Yeah.
What that tells me is that everything's in the rate. So definitely find out what your rate is going to be if you're going to get a lender credit. I can quote you the lowest rate of the day, and I can quote you a rate with a lender credit in it if that suits your personal needs better. Say you need that extra money to go toward closing costs. Those are things that you can do up front with your lender and talk about and shop them out. I'm a firm believer in shopper too. If I can't beat a rate or match a rate, I'll tell you up front and let you move on. But I do think our rates are very competitive in this market, and you will find that you will get great customer service.
No, that's 100%. We work so well together because both of us strive for the best customer service that we can give you as a buyer. But more than the customer service, which is very, very important, is we're very honest. So we're going to tell you if it works, if it doesn't work. We're going to try to just get everything handled up front, which is why our builders love her so much, which is why she's a preferred lender, not just here at Whispering Pines, but in so many other locations. So do yourself a favor. Call Sharon Simons with South State Bank today for any of your mortgage questions. And one more time, give them your number.
So call me if you have any questions whatsoever at 706-825-9477.